Stephen A., the news again coming in moments ago, Kevin Durant heading to the Golden State Warriors. How are you viewing this move from Durant?
Well, I'm viewing it as the weakest move I've ever seen from a superstar. Plain and simple. That's just how I look at it.
8 years ago today, Kevin Durant made one of the most controversial free agency decisions in American sports history. Definitely the most controversial NBA free agency decision ever. Signing with the Golden State Warriors on a 2-year, $54 million deal, taking a massive pay cut to what he would have gotten from any other team to join the team he couldn't beat. As we know, the Thunder blew a 3-1 lead to the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. They were a game away from going to the finals and facing LeBron, but Steph Curry, Klay Thompson rally back from a 3-1 deficit, move on to the finals, and then, funny enough, blow a 3-1 lead to the Cavs and LeBron James in the finals. 2016 was the year of blown leads, but I just can't remember a free agency decision that was so, one, hated, polarizing, and just controversial. There was an era for 3 or 4 years, not really an era, but a time, where Kevin Durant was the most hated player in the NBA. He was the villain of the NBA because he made the Warriors so unstoppable. You had Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, all 4 of these guys in their prime on the same team in a salary cap league. How does that happen? That is the question everyone was asking. It's like, how? In a salary cap league, how do you have arguably the greatest point guard of all time on your team, arguably the greatest scorer of all time on your team, one of the greatest shooters of all time on your team, and one of the greatest defenders of all time? How does all of that land on the same team in a salary cap era? It was an unprecedented time in the NBA. They were unstoppable for years. They won the chip in 2018, won the chip again in they won the chip in 2017, and then again, won the chip in 2018. Mixed my years up, my bad. And then, obviously, they made it to the finals in 2019, but injuries caught up to them. And then, as we know, Kevin Durant leaves the Warriors in 2019 after a ton of stuff. Draymond Green situation, he just didn't want to be there anymore, and he formed a duo with Kyrie Irving in Brooklyn. Ended up being a trio, a big 3, once they added James Harden. But Kevin Durant, man, he changed the NBA. He changed how teams can operate with the salary cap. The NBA, I think it was just this year, introduced a new CBA where they're introducing aprons. They're basically punishing teams who go over the luxury tax. And that's because they don't want another Kevin Durant situation where the best player on the market, one of the best players in NBA history, just goes and forms a super team. They want to see parity. They don't want super teams. They don't want to see OP big 3s like LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, like Steph, Klay, and KD. They're trying to see parity. They're trying to basically punish teams that will just spend, and do just that to build the best team. So I like that the NBA is doing that, but the fact that this was 8 years ago was incredible. 2016, what a time in the NBA. And honestly, those Kevin Durant Warriors teams, they were fun to watch, but they were overpowered.